fuzzy, faint block gradation. And the person who was given the job to carve it on this side, he had a free hand and he carved a zigzag, sharp zigzag, zigzag pattern. So the yellow you see here was carved and printed on 2 different blocks. Now me here, I'm doing it all on one, but it's kind of fun. We're going to blend it all together. But on this side of the print, I've carved it the way it was in the original, matching with a gradation along the edge of the carving. On this side, I've carved it with a zigzag, sharp zigzag pattern, exactly the way it was on that side of the original. So it's kind of cool. So if you just look at the print when it's finished, you probably won't even notice this, but we're going to talk about it and chat about it, and you'll see. You'll see the difference between the left and the right hand side, although nobody would know unless you actually tell them. And the part I'm going to carve this morning is down on the right hand side of the original print, and it was all carved with a soft, jagged pattern at the edge of the yellow. So that's what we'll do today here. You guys are talking about freezing again. Nothing. This shows drop frame 0, live for 35 minutes, 3, 4, 5. CPU running 5%, kilobits per second, 40,000, 4,000. No problems at this end today, sorry. If you've got problems, I think it's at somewhere up at the other end. We are 100% clear and clean here. I'm not using Wi-Fi, I'm wired directly to the net. Nothing I can do, sorry. Guilty as charged when I'm guilty. Today, I don't think I'm guilty. Whatever, let's just keep going. Let's try and find the spot, get it under the camera. The rumbling you hear outside, it's the deconstruction, the noodle shop, temper shop across the street is in the final stages of taking the building down. They've come down from 4 stories to 3 to 2 to 1, and now they're working on the foundation. They're ripping up the concrete foundations that were there. This won't be Oban size. No, it's in between. Actually, it's not. It's bigger than Chuban, but smaller than Oban. It's not a traditional size because we've taken the original book page pair and we've expanded it somewhat. So. There's no easy answer to what size is this print. It's actually the same size as the one I made some years back, the woman in autumn, the scent of chrysanthemums. That's the same dimensions we're using for this one. So if any of you have old Kuchie prints, this is a similar size to the Kuchie. They are not a traditional Japanese classical print. They were sized, made of the proper dimension to fit inside a magazine. So this whole print is more related to book page sizes than just to classical Japanese print dimensions. So. I don't know the numbers. Let's actually find out. I'm a bit curious about that. So it's measuring. So the block, the actual physical image on the block is going to be something like 32 centimeters long and 22 centimeters high. So the image area is going to be around 32 by 22. Good morning. Pardon me?
もうできてますか？いた。
できてます。Look at this. She's here. Where's her block? Where's her block? Hi. It's here. But. I have good news and bad news. I have good news and bad news. The good news is I've carved it. It's all okay. The snow is here. But the bad news is I can't see. Look at this. Inside the lanterns, do you see this? There's some dots inside the lantern areas. And when Suga-san did the transfer sheet for me, they didn't come out. So I can't see them. So before I can finish this lantern area, I need another impression. Somebody has to print this for me, but really make sure you get these dots and then transfer them here so I can finish that.
はい。じゃあこれ何の板？これの板か。違う。
No.
何の板？
We can wash it off. It's the back.
オレンジの板か。違うか。オレンジ。その上の。
そう。She printed this to sort of try and show me where the lanterns were. The reason she printed the orange, she wanted to show me the lanterns, but it was too faint. It didn't show. So I need some help. The rest of it's finished. Here, I'll wash this off so you can see.
ちょっと行ってきます。先にちょっと上。
Okay.
戻ってきます。
Okay. はい。That's Ishikawa-san. She wants this block to get going right now. And, this is the way my life is working right now. You know, whatever I'm doing, I'm supposed to be doing. Yesterday, I was supposed to be doing web pages for this new series. Didn't even get close to it. Not even close to it. The employees are just running around me. They need this, they need that, they need this. I spend all of my days, every day now, firefighting, trying to get work for these guys. Because so much of the work still comes through me. I'm the neck here, the bottleneck. And it's not a good situation. We still don't know how to get away from this. You know? So many jobs are still just on my desk. So if I don't get it done, they can't get it done. Here we are. I don't know if you heard, I was explaining to her. Did I say in English or Japanese? I don't remember what I was speaking to her. When they gave me the transfer sheet to cut this block yesterday, she printed the orange background. And that gave me the location of the snow. It gave me the location of the snow on the windows. But in the middle of the lanterns, there's dots here that show lanterns, and they didn't transfer. So I can't finish carving that block. I should be back in a minute anyway. So what, is that what happened? She spoke Japanese to me, I spoke English to her? Is that what happened? I don't even know, we don't even know, we don't care, just don't know. You don't even notice what you're doing. The thing is, all of these people here have different levels of ability in Japanese and English, and my Japanese or English is whatever level it is. She speaks English actually quite well. We could have an English conversation with no problem. I speak Japanese, okay, we could have a Japanese conversation, no problem. But it never sort of settles into one of those two patterns. It just, yeah, it just doesn't work like that. It's the same as when I had my kids here in Japan. Their mother, her primary language is Japanese, my primary language was English, so we naturally fell into that pattern. And the two little kids are in the middle of this, and their language just became totally polyglot and mixed. You know, you hear this from any bicultural family. You know. Then when a visitor comes to visit you, somebody drops in the house and they don't even know what's going on. You know. Was there ever a print where the wood grain pattern was worked into the design itself? In the 20th century, all the time. The Sosaku printmakers in the 20th century, people were carving and printing by themselves. They used wood grain all the time. That was one of their big deals. They wanted to make it look like a wood block print. But in the old days, almost never was the wood grain there. You can dig through a few examples if you, I don't think I think of a name. There's a Harunobu print where there's a wood grain pattern, and it's not natural wood grain, it's carved. If they had wanted a wood grain pattern to appear inside a print to show some cupboard door or whatever, or architectural device, they wouldn't have used natural wood grain for it. They carved an actual wood grain pattern so that it can be reproducible, bang, 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 bang. Using natural wood grain is touch and go. Sometimes it shows, sometimes it doesn't, depending on the paste and the paper, whatever you're doing. So in the old days, when they needed wood grain patterns, they carved them. In the 20th century, they dug around to find wood that had the pattern that they wanted. About Edo prints with wood grain. For the most part, 99%, if you see wood grain in an older print, in an Edo or Meiji print, if you see wood grain in those prints, it wasn't intended, it was just an accidental feature of the production process. You might see it in a sky, where there was a wide piece of wood, or perhaps in a sea or whatever. They weren't, again, for the most part, they weren't intending to capture wood grain. They used wood to make prints because that was the material that was available. It wasn't wood for the purpose of showing wood grain. For the most part, eh? So you can see wood grain in there. Suka-san, hello. Here's the second person looking for the same block.
取りに来ました。そう。
石川さんが何分前取りに来たんですが。
石川さん？
So she's upstairs. そう。できた。Okay. Yes to no. Good news and bad news. 今までのブロックでしょ。昨日すぐさんが吸って薄い州で、それからこの上に移したんですが、僕掘ったんですね。
あんなずれてた？
だから僕は前全然釣れてないんですが、だから前雪を入れたんですが、州の方はすごい薄かったんです。だからこの提灯の形を見たんですが、提灯の中にある点薄すぎですからちょっと見えないです。だから今これからちょっと取りますが、お願いはなんとか小石か何でちょっと吸ってまた移して掘りたいです。申し訳ない。ちょっと見えない。ありますが形が全然見えない。
本当。どうしようか。じゃあ石川さんがするから石川さんに点々吸ってもらえます？でも私の方がいい。誰でもいいんですが、どうしたら同じ人がベストですが、問題は 濃いやつか。
そうだけどもう
一回示した紙の方がいいんだよね。
そうもちろん。
じゃあなんか、今のいらない紙でいらないっていうかちょっと示してすぐやっても大丈夫かな。
示してない紙で、もし示してない強い紙、この部分だけを強い州かな、もしね。この周りじゃない、濃い色、なんとか、これですね。この部分とこの部分、丁寧に入れて、軽くこのものをここに移すことができます。周りは全然問題ない。この部分だけです。
もう一回やってみる。
じゃあいいです。じゃあ外しますね。
外して、はい。じゃあ問題は中ってことですね。中の点々が分かればいい。
そう。周りがギリギリ見たんですが。点々はそれから場所本当に形がずれていると提灯の形にならないですね。今この点々はランダムの点々じゃない。このような形ですね。だから提灯の形が見るためにこのような、だから見るとわからないですが、できた作品にわかります。今ボケてますからわからないです。ごめん。
じゃあちょっと濃いめのやつやってきます。じゃあまた
今日誰が使う？すぐさん使うんですか？石川さんが使うんですか？
石川さんの試しで多分すぐお菓子やんなきゃいけないからね。持ってきます。
じゃあどうも、はい。Where was I? The banging, they're still digging out the old foundations over there, so they've got some giant digger and it's smacking. I can feel it, the ground is shaking a little bit. The people in the hotel next door must be having fun if they didn't get up early in the morning. There's hotel rooms right next to that. What happened was 6 years ago, the construction companies came along. They bought all the smaller restaurants in that area, kicked them out, built the hotel. But the guy in the corner didn't let go. He hung on to his building. So the hotel is built around the guy on the corner. It fronts on this street and it fronts on the next street, but he got the corner. He wouldn't let go. So no problem, they built their hotel all around him, up 6 stories high, and he's got this little 4-story building in the corner. And now he's tearing his building down and putting it up. So there's people in the hotel behind his building and beside his building. It's a hotel. So now they're doing this bang, 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 bang. And if your room happens to be in that area, can't be helped, you know, whatever. Well, what time is it? We're okay, 9. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. I zoomed in, zoomed out. I'm still okay, I guess. I don't know. But these guys, Sugu-san, Nishikawa-san, they're onto this, you know. I mean, that's in January's print. It's supposed to be shipped, theoretically, January 1st, you know. I mean, the January subscription print never gets shipped on the 1st because of the New Year holiday, so it ends up being shipped somewhere on the 10th. So the first print of the year is always late. Can't be helped. You can't ship on New Year's time, you know. But anyway, it's supposed to be shipped early January, and here we are. We're on December, whatever it is today. I don't even know, December the something, 15th or something. I wonder if Cameron did the subscription billing yesterday, the 15th billing. Working against the grain of the wood here, but it can't be helped at this point. You can't come charging into the leftover area. You've got to work away from the area here. In this case, it's the wrong way for the grain, so it can't be helped. This rough stuff's all going to be dug out later with a round chisel. The edge, it's the important part is the edge of the wood here. Imagine if you're trying to sleep in over there in that hotel. Shouldn't be laughing, no fun. Oh, here she comes, some footsteps coming down the stairs. Here they come. Hi, やってますよ。はい。She must have something to talk about. She comes to the door and says, "Are you still streaming?" And I'm like, "Yep." So she disappeared. So she must have something she wants to talk about. doesn't want you guys to hear. We're coming to the end of this section anyway, so I'll get this going for this time. So I should think about the stream schedule here. What is this? Today's Saturday, the show? It's 9:10. Sunday. I guess we'll be continuing on this block tomorrow. I've got to persuade this out. I've got to bang around this block, clear it off. So there's certainly lots of work for tomorrow here. And then, as I mentioned the other day, the next step on this Octopus print will be doing the sky zone. I haven't done the transfer sheet for that yet, but I've got it ready. So that might be maybe in tomorrow's stream, I'm not quite sure. Once this seaweed block is done, next block will be the sky block. I don't have the wood ready for it yet. I don't have a piece of wood prepared for it. So I can't do that tomorrow. So I'm not quite sure what tomorrow's stream will be about. And then as a heads up warning, not for this week, but for next week or so, I think almost certainly we'll be taking a break from some of this streaming. I have, as I mentioned before, I have a ton of jobs to do that are not really streamable jobs. I've got to get some posters ready for the shop. I've got to get the next video ready. And I've got to get the pamphlet ready for the new subscription series, and I've got to get the website ready for the new subscription series. And none of those jobs are really inherently streamable. So because most of my upcoming work is going to be desk work, there's going to be some break time, I think, over the next couple of weeks. And I'll post about it. I'll figure out some kind of schedule, I think, and I'll post about it. I think we'll have a rest from some of this streaming off and on over the next couple of weeks at the end of the year. And then almost certainly in January, 1, 2, 3, the shop is going to be closed physically. The store itself is closed 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in January. So I think almost certainly there'll be no streaming. It's also for me to take a break from this, get out. We're going to be doing repainting in the shop here. We're going to clean all the floors. So just a heads up that there's going to be some downtime on this stream over the next couple of weeks. And I'll post about it in advance rather than just not show up, of course. All right, have we got everything here in this one? Got all the anemones, got the in-between cracks. think we've got it all. All right, I think we're good. I think she's good. This is ready to be persuaded. I'm not going to start that now, I don't think. Okay, I think we'll call it there for the day. A little bit early, but sorry. Yo-sho. Okay, so there we go. Tomorrow's work will be clarity. It'll be persuading here. Some noise at first, and then clear around the outside. So tomorrow's stream will be semi-noisy at the beginning, and then it'll settle down, quiet down. And I'm not sure about the schedule. Sunday, I will have to find some work to do. I'm not quite sure what it will be, but I will find something. So I'll be here tomorrow, Sunday. And then I'm not sure. I better try and get myself a schedule on what work to do over the next week. I'm not really quite sure. There's also dosa work waiting for me, but I was going to postpone that until Tuesday if I possibly could. I've got a ton of dosa work to do. Hours and hours and hours and hours of it. Too much for a normal stream. So I was going to do that on Tuesday when we're closed. You know, the no stream day for Tuesday. But behind the view for the new series. No idea. Anyway. Okay, I better get out of here. Thanks very much for watching. I'll be back here tomorrow with something on the deck. And then we'll sort things out day by day as we go this week. But let me get out of here now to get ready and get the shop up and running. Thanks, guys. A bit of a mixed stream today. Sorry about that. But anyway, we'll keep things going. Thanks so much. I'm sorry if there was a technical glitch at the front. I didn't see it, but it seems there was. Thanks again. See you soon. Jeez, all day long that's going to go on. Ugh.